All right. This is quite possibly the silliest card trick that I know. It is also the oldest card trick that I know. It may be one of the only card tricks my father knows. And I learned it from him when I was still in single digits. My father learned it in the Navy, and the story that he told with it was probably not all ages appropriate. So, since I've been doing the card tricks related to conventions, we'll change the story up just a bit. If you're interested, the deck that I'm using is one of the Bicycle World of Warcraft decks. This is very quick, very easy, very simple. So, small convention at a small hotel. It's getting late at night. And a lot of the panels are beginning to close down. Everybody wants to do like their own little room party. Show films, show anime, whatever. So a bunch of guys start going up and they're like, hey, let's get some room parties going. And now the night manager for the hotel comes in and says, hey, I got no problem with this, but the owner, he's a little touchy about late night parties and conventions and groups. So he might not be big on this. He's kind of said he wants things shut down early. Now I don't have a problem with it, like I said, but if the owner shows up to do a flash inspection, that could be a problem. But I want you to be able to have some fun. So here's what we're going to do. Go ahead and set up your room parties. I have a master switch near my office. If the owner comes, I'll flip that switch. It'll kill the breakers on the second floor. Everything will go black. Go back to your rooms with whatever group you came with. So the guys are like, yeah, okay, well that works. We'll tell everybody that, and we'll go ahead and set up the room parties. So the guys go to their different rooms to set up the parties. One of them sets up his anime. One of them showing his horror movies. One of them showing his Doctor Who, and of course, Star Trek has to be there. A little bit later, the word gets out, so you get some people showing up, and they come in for the anime, and they come in for the horror, and they come in for the Doctor Who, and some of them come in for the Star Trek. And then another group of friends show up, and they hear about it, and they're like, oh yeah, that's good. I'll go in here, and my interest is Star Trek. And then finally another group of friends comes up, and they break off and go into the rooms showing their different interests. So room parties are going on for about an hour. And you got the mixed group of friends here. And sure enough, the hotel manager shows up. And the night manager, seeing him before he gets into the hotel, flips the breaker, kills the power on the second floor. The lights go out. Suddenly there's this rush of footsteps in the dark and doors opening and shutting. The assistant manager, the night manager, flips the breaker back on. He and the owner go up to the second floor. The owner starts looking around, says, I want to see everybody come out of the rooms because I know who y'all came here with. I want to make sure you're not partying and you're all together in the groups that you came in. Cut the deck. So, one at a time, everybody starts coming out of their rooms. And as they each step out into the hallway, they are all together with the people they came with. Now, why I call this the simplest, maybe silliest card trick that I know is it's basically just picking the cards up, putting them back down again. When you put the 4 cards, or you make your 4 stacks, and you got one of each card, think about it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you were to just start taking the cards now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, right? However, you turn the cards upside down and you have the person cut the deck. And then you start putting the cards down. And do you know what cutting the deck does? It does absolutely nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't do anything. All it does, the only thing it does is it changes the order of which card is going to land first. That's all. It cuts the deck. It doesn't shuffle. So it doesn't actually mix the cards up. It just moves. If you cut the deck, you say your top card is the... your top card was a jack. When you cut the deck, well, now your top card could be a king, or the top card could be a queen. But they're still in that sequence. And as you put them down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, they're going to land like that. All back together again. So, like I said, the silliest card trick I know. It's not particularly impressive. It is kind of fun. Like I said, I learned it as a child from my dad. Other kids always thought it was fun. Come up with a story for it. Come up with something silly. Come up with something along the lines of what my father learned. He learned it in the Navy in the 60s. I will say no more about it, but you can figure it out from there. Now, this trick is going to seem a little less impressive by the fact that I'm not doing it with anybody else. So please bear with me for the trick part. But if you do it right, if you learn the tutorial for it, and then you practice it, when you do this to other people, it will screw with their minds. And this is not just a card trick. You can do it with other things, but I find it's easier with cards because there are less variables for people to get confused about. So, go ahead and shuffle the cards. All right. I'm going to riffle the cards. When I'm riffling them, you say stop. We'll cut the deck to your card. So riffle, stop, right there. Cut to this card. Put that card down. All right. I wonder if I should just no. I'll do the trick. Like I said, it's not going to be particularly impressive this way. So, do you know the 4 suits? You do. All right. Name 2 of the 4 suits. So, okay, you're naming hearts and diamonds. Okay, out of hearts and diamonds, name one of them. You're naming diamonds. Okay, we're going to get rid of diamonds. That leaves us with hearts. In hearts, there are 13 cards. We're going to break those down to 3 sets. 2 through 5, 6 through 10, Jack through Ace. Those are your 3 sets. 2 through 5, 6 through 10, Jack through Ace. Name 2 of those sets. All right, 2 through 5 and Jack through Ace. All right, 2 through 5, Jack through Ace. Name 1. Jack through Ace. Okay, we'll get rid of Jack through Ace. That leaves us with 2 through 5. In 2 through 5, you have 2, 3, 4, and 5 for the cards. Name 2 of those cards. Okay, 3 and 4. All right, 3 and 4, name 1. You're naming 4. That leaves us the 3. All right, so that was the 3 of hearts, and that was the card. Now, obviously, like I said, if you're doing a tutorial by yourself, this does not look at all impressive or in any way, whatever. But here's the trick. And if you practice it and go do this, It will mess with people. Figure out a way to know what card you're going to force on someone. There's all right, 10 of spades. Nice, easy, visible card. Or actually, let's go with something fun. King of clubs. Now, the king of clubs is on the bottom. Now, you're talking to the person, and you're just sloppy, slapping the cards, shuffling. It's a mess, right? Except I've just put the king of clubs on the top. The king of clubs was the bottom card. I'm holding it like this while I'm doing this sloppy, messy shuffle. It's the last card that I drop on the top. King of clubs. So you've brought the king of clubs to the top. You riffle the cards, similar to the other tutorials that I've already done connected to RavenCon. Riffle, they say stop. You tighten your fingers right there. Their card goes down. You know that it's the king of clubs. As I'm sure you picked up, because you're watching a video and you're not trying to keep up with what's going on in the same way you do with a group of people around you will, you probably picked up on something, especially because it seemed very nonsensical to do it without an actual other living person. You know what the card is. When you're asking people to name the various things, name 2 of the 4 suits. Okay, if they say spades and clubs, all right, so spades and clubs. Out of spades and clubs, name 1. Now, if they had said hearts and diamonds or hearts and spades, you need to get to clubs. So, hearts and spades. All right, so that eliminates hearts and spades. That leaves us with clubs and diamonds. Name one of those. Diamonds, okay, that eliminates diamonds. That leaves us with clubs. You're basically moving them to this card. You never say choose. You never say pick. You only say name. Name this card. Name this suit. Name this set. Right? In clubs, we have 13 cards. We're going to break them out into 3 groups. 2 through 5, 6 through 10, jack through ace. Name 2 of those groups. Or you can sometimes just say name 1 and you get really lucky and they hit that one. Whichever way you want to do it. But so, out of those sets of 3, name 2 of the sets. 2 through 5, jack through ace. All right. Out of 2 through 5 and jack through ace, name 1 of those sets. 2 through 5, that leaves, okay, we'll eliminate that. That leaves us jack through ace. In jack through ace, you've got jack, queen, king, and ace. Name 2 of those cards. Queen and king, okay. That gets rid of the other 2. Or that gets rid of the other 3. Jack, queen, king. Yeah. Jack through ace. Jack, queen, king, ace. Sorry, I'm thinking about the Grandmaster set, and I'm like, wait a minute, isn't there 5? No, that's the princess set. So jack, queen, king, and ace. Name 2 of those. Queen and king. All right. That gets rid of the jack and ace. I'm really getting hung up on the princess card right now. My brain is like, I've been playing with that Grandmaster deck, which it's in a review. But anyhow, yeah, it gets rid of the other. They name queen and king. All right, that gets rid of the other cards. Queen and king, name 1. If they say king, you reveal the king. If they say queen, then okay, that eliminates the queen. That leaves you with the king of clubs. It's literally as simple as that. All you're doing is you know what card you're forcing on them. And then you're just asking questions without being clear about it. You're not telling them to choose. You're not telling them to pick. You're not telling them to eliminate. All you're saying to them is name. Name 2 of the 4 suits. Name out of the 3 sets of cards that we're going to make, 2 through 5, 6 through 10, jack through ace. Name 2 of those sets. 2 through 5, 6 through 10. Okay, we'll eliminate those. That leaves us with Jack through Ace, Jack, Queen, King, and Ace. Name 2 of those cards, blah, blah, blah. It's that simple. And it's stupidly simple, but practice it a few times with a friend, and you will be amazed. You will literally be amazed how many people don't know this trick and do not pick up on what you are doing. When I'm bored at work and I'm in a situation where I can't pull out playing cards because of my job, and there's like several of us sitting around, I'll discreetly like write a card on my hand. I'll put like 7 of hearts on my hand and just be like this, and it's like, hey, how well do you know a deck of cards? You want to mess around for a second? Yeah, how well do you know a deck of cards? And I'll go through the whole thing, and it's like, okay, so that leaves us with, the 7 of hearts. All right? Yeah. Would you believe me if I said I knew you were going to say 7 of hearts? You wouldn't? Well, how do you explain this? And believe it or not, people are like, oh my God, what? How? As simple and as silly as that trick is, and as easy as it should be to spot and figure out, no, a lot of people don't, because they're not thinking about trying to figure it out. They're kind of trying to figure out more how to answer the questions, especially if they're maybe not 100%. It's been a while since they picked up a deck of cards, so they're more focused on trying to remember, oh, it's, what are the 4 suits? Okay, I know there are hearts and something. Hearts, diamonds, spades, clubs. Okay, yeah, I'll take hearts and 7s. No, suits. Yes, I actually had that conversation with somebody. It's silly, it's goofy, it's easy. Practice it. It does not look good in a single person tutorial, but trust me, practice it, get it down pat, and then go out and try it on some people, and it'll blow their minds. So until later, have a good one.